Okay, very cool. So, yesterday we were making levels, and those levels, while I was happy with them, did expose some underlying problems with the ball dynamics, let's say. So, the ball dynamics is close to where we want it. Um, I'm thinking it can be a little bit better, mainly in the areas of the fact that if you're on this platform and it's rotating downwards, it bounces. It's not awesome, certainly. And then also in the area of on the ramp, you don't really go that fast on the ramp, and I'm not quite sure why that is. I'm not really sure why the bouncing thing is happening either. Well, I know why it's happening, I don't necessarily know how to fix it. Let me pull up the chat real quick so that you guys can chat with me. And then we'll get started. I'm a little late because I was trying to stream the Unity ray tracing event, but they were having some technical problems, so we had to scratch that. But it would have been cool. I mean, I'm sure it was. And they do have a lot of cool ray tracing stuff coming to Unity. Not that I'll be able to take advantage of it, considering I'm running games on the Oculus Quest, which is a little too weak. It'd be like trying to do ray tracing on a phone. But it should be cool for people who can do it. Okay, cool. I got it pulled up here on my phone. And let me plug that in because I'm kind of running out of battery. And then we'll get started. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. Is there anything else I need? Probably to plug this in. Alright, very cool. Anyway, so I'll show you guys what I mean on this level here. Basically, okay, looks like, so if I hop on this platform, it's cool while I'm going up, but when I go down, I start to bounce, which is obviously not awesome. I mean, maybe you could just accept it for what it is, but I think that's a little too annoying. Anyway, cool. So let's see if we can figure that out. We'll start with that. I'd say one option might just be the fact that it has bounce to it, like its physics material has a certain amount of bouncy. It has a certain amount of bounce to it. What do these have? Is there like a standard physics material? I guess they don't even have one. Yeah, no, they don't have one on them. Okay, and so there's a certain amount of bounciness to it. I could get rid of that. I'm almost thinking this is the kind of project where I should just, because it's so physics-based, just increase the physics. You know, because you run into kind of weird territory when the physics is not running quite as fast as the frame rate of the game, I think. So it's, by default, let's see, where's the value on my bounce threshold? Oh, it's in time. The fixed time step, so I've already decreased it. I've already made it 100 a second. 100 a second is probably a little overkill. Let's see, what's 1 divided by 72? 0.013. So we can go 0.013. We can do 72 every second. And that would be a little bit better. Okay, so it's not that. I was kind of hoping it would be. And so then what is it? Because certainly it's not falling so fast that I can't, that the ball wouldn't sit on it. Like it's not like it's, let's take a look at it. I mean, that's a pretty slow rotation. Clearly you would not like come up off that in real life. So something weird is happening here. I wonder if I just really slow it down, if it'll stop. And let's try slowing it down when I'm close to getting on it. Cool, let me see if I can hop in there real quick. Oh dang, this is gonna take him. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm on it. Let me see if I can speed this up and slow it down while... Oh, it's close. Let's speed it up while I'm going above, and then we'll really slow it down now. Let's test that again. You know what? This might be a problem other people have actually encountered. Let's see if we can find something online. This guy's actually running into the literally the exact same problems that I'm running into, so hopefully he figured it out. I did find I could not get a difference in old new platform positions within the kit. It pretty much always reads, but when I use it to store the new position and then applied this to my player's rigid body using rigid body move position along with the platforms. And the player now moves along with the platform. Okay, let's try some of the, without going too hard into it, because if we can't solve it, we can just not have vertical platforms for now. It's top position. So it looks like he's saying that basically we need to use fixed update, and get rid of that. And let me open one of these scripts, just a random one. And then what was it? Rotate on axis. Keep rotation. Yeah, there's a few problems here. It might be. Yeah, this might be a little too. Not that it's unsolvable. I mean, it's not bad, but it might be a little. We'll put this in fixed update. We'll see if that makes it any better. Although now I question the time dot delta time. Yeah. Cool. And then we'll do the keep rotation. I guess let's just keep that for now. Alright, let's see if this makes it any better. Maybe it will. It's hard to say. Probably not, though. I mean, this is a classic, like, just change something easy and hope that it solves all your problems, but most likely won't situation. Oh. Oh. Okay. So fair enough, you know, it's a physics game and I'm moving things not by physics but by kinematic rigid body, huh? Yeah, I just don't want to make the script for rotating not in this fashion. And even if I did change it for what he was saying, I don't think it would solve the biggest problem, which is that when the platform goes down, it I'd be curious to see if I can just. I'd be kind of curious. This is really just for the sake of kind of having fun with this. But I'd be curious to see if I can just raycast down. Raycast down like a slight bit more than the size of my ball. And if there's something, if there's a floor right there, just move me to that. Or just move me down by that much. Let me take a look at ball movement. We'll see if we can get this. We'll see if we can do this real quick. I'm interested. I'm interested in trying this. Raycast hit. Physics dot raycast int mask equals 1 shifted over 8, which is the correct layer for floor. Position transform dot position vector 3 dot down. Max distance is going to be transform dot scale dot y divided by 2 plus some epsilon value mask. Okay, why did it do that? Don't know. I think the raycast hit goes here. Okay. Let's call it 0.01. Actually, you know what? That's even a little bit too much. No, a centimeter. A centimeter should be good. Okay, cool. And then if you hit something, then if you hit something, then go ahead and move transform that position equals out dot equals hit dot point dot point must be a position of vector 3 hit dot point plus transform dot local scale dot y divided by 2. Okay, so, and if you hit something, go to that point and go up half the ball length and place the ball there. And let's see what that does. It's probably not a good idea considering you want it to act under physics, and I'm basically saying if it hits anything, let's only do this if distance between transform dot position and hit dot point is greater than transform dot local scale. Basically, I just want to say, like, move the ball if there's a little wiggle room, and if there's not, then don't do it. Don't know if that'll work because the numbers are so close to each other. We'll see. Hmm. You know, it actually looked like this fixed update one was a little cleaner. Let's try one more time with that in mind. I pretty much know for a fact it's still not going to work. Yeah, it's definitely cleaner. It's a little weird at the top. It's kind of... Okay, and then let me do a sanity check on this. Yeah, I think the problem is even though it moves it down, it still has the same velocity. Like it probably does the... I wonder if we can do this in fixed update as well. And I'm also just curious if it's running too much JavaScript again. JavaScript being another language that does things a little differently. Alright, so it is hitting the floor, but it's not updating it. Alright, let's see here. Cool, so it never actually did the updates. And so there must be something wrong here. Don't know that that will change anything, but I am curious as to what this will get. Okay, 1.25 as expected. Oh. Accidentally making my way through this level. Huh, weird. And there's no... This is strange. If I'm outputting this value, it's exactly what I thought it was. 1.25. If that's greater than the y scale. I mean, what is the y scale? It's got to be 1.25. Let's see. Hey Tony, how are you? I'm working on some ball stuff. I'm trying to get this ball to stop being annoying. 2.5. Did I didn't divide it by 2. Classic. It's such a classic mistake. So silly. Alright, let's see. Are you in school, Tony, right now? Okay, cool. So then it does end up being, well, at least we know that that's running, and then it ends up being a velocity problem, I think. And I can't just set the velocity to 0 in the y direction. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. Maybe you'll get to play it. It's going to be free, so, I mean, if you have a Quest, you can play it in a month when it releases. Alright, we just won't worry about it. It doesn't really matter. It's just one level. I'm just not going to do any moving platforms anymore. Or at least no vertically moving platforms. Let's see. And then the ball. Let's put it back on interpolate, and let's see if that fixes any. Oh my goodness, it's even worse. Okay, let's see. Well, basically what I learned. Give me 1 second, Tony, and I'll answer that question. Smooth out the effects of running physics at a fixed frame rate. By default, interpolation is turned off. Commonly, rigid body physics is running at discrete time steps, blah, blah, blah. You lead to the effect is settle. Disable it for everything else. If you have fast-moving objects, this can lead to rigid bodies passing through colliders for one frame and then snapping back. Alright, I think we might just scratch this level in general. You know, I need to make... and then as far as... Was it hard to do all of this? No, it was not. This is actually an extremely simple game, comparatively. The only time things ever really get hard in game development is when you get sort of into the weeds. Like if you're trying to create like a shader that nobody's created before, if you're trying to, basically when you just create something that nobody's really done before, it can get difficult. But this was, this is just a simple platformer with a rolling ball. I mean, it's not really anything crazy. You could say maybe it was hard and that it took me some amount of hours to learn all this stuff, but I wouldn't really say that's hard as much as time consuming. So, but no, anybody could do this. That's what's so fun about games. Alright, cool. Dang, what was I just doing? I was going to... I don't quite remember. Welcome to the stream, whoever just joined. Glad you're here. I'm making a game called Awesome Apey Orb, if you have any questions. Let's see. And I was about to try to fix something with the ball. Let me... Oh, I remember what I was going to do. I need to make player a prefab. I need to make player a prefab, that way when I change things to it, I can change it across the scenes. Because I have player in every scene right now. And then let me real quick go through so there's no problems. Let me go through and get rid of these guys. And then let me go grab the prefab and throw it in there. I don't think that will cause any problems. Maybe it will with these joysticks here. But if it does, we'll fix it later. Well, actually, let me just check real quick to make sure. So... The variable anchor of joystick anchor has not been assigned. Okay. How long did it take me to do this? So I think currently it's sitting at 20 hours or so, which was a little slower than it normally would have taken me. Just because I'm explaining things as I go along, which is the whole point of the channel, so that's good. But yeah, no, wouldn't take that long. Also, hey, whoever just joined, I'm glad you're here. I am making a game called Awesome Apey Orb. It is basically, here I can, for the two people who just joined, let me just show you real quick. Essentially, you're in a ball. You're in a ball and you try to roll to the finish line. So you have these joysticks. You're in this ball and you, let's hop on this platform. Try to get to the next one. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna have to, oh, no, I can get it. Oh. Oh, dang it. Okay, you know, if it was supposed to be easy, I would have finished it. That's sort of what we got going here. Yeah, and I'm sitting at 20 hours or so. 20 hours, and I'm trying to finish it in a month, and then it'll be free, so anybody with a Quest can play it. Okay, and if you have any questions, just comment below. And if you don't even know where to start with asking questions, you can comment that as well, and we can go through some of the basics. Right now I'm fixing a bug that I made. joystick anchors. A bug that I just created by trying to change something here. Joystick left, joystick right. I think that if I move these into player, it shouldn't be a problem. Joystick left. I'm moving them into player because it'll allow me to make it part of the prefab. Let me test that real quick. Let me make sure that actually works. Must be another thing unassigned. Okay. Yeah, it's just running into some basic bugs here, some unassigned variables. Ball collision sound. Ball movement. And this is good. It's good that I fixed this now. Let's say that. Ball collision sound. Does not have an audio source. Ball bump sound effect. Let's go ahead and move that under ball. And then let's take ball and let's set it. And then was there anything else? Ball movement on enable. And on disable. Probably right joystick, huh? Ball movement, where's that? Right joystick, left joystick, okay. And let's see now if there are any more missing link problems. It's not really a bug, I just didn't have the correct objects linked up. That's fine. Okay, cool. Let's fall again, make sure it works. Okay, cool. This is the first level, it's pretty easy. You just kinda, there's a bump, you gotta be careful. You can hit it hard though. And then there's a timer and you fly through it. Cool. We don't have any level loading yet or anything like that. And again, feel free to ask questions. But right now I wanted to make player, because I have like 20 levels, I wanted player to be what's called a prefab, which means I can copy it easily. And so we will apply all the changes we've made. Cool. And then I'm going to go through the 4 levels I've made currently. Yeah, I did make it. Pretty good. And then I'm going to go through the 4 levels I made currently and go ahead and put the player in there. Cool. You know, sorry, let me do something else tedious real quick. Not search, open, find. Too much. What was it? It's not search. Yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. I just won't worry about that for right now. I was trying to do a shortcut for something I was doing. Actually, let's go ahead and test level 2 real quick, just to make sure what I'm doing is working. Okay, so the joysticks are a little messed up now. We'll fix that. We'll fix that in a minute here. We don't need the ball bump sound effect anymore. Then this is all my fault for not doing this correctly the first time, essentially. Put the player in there. And you know what? This is a little silly. I actually don't need to put the player in each one because he's going to be loading through all the levels. So we'll just move on to what we're going to do next. Okay, cool. So first of all, I'm a little annoyed with these materials. Should be green, and now it is. And actually, do green and darker green. Let's see how that looks. You know, I kind of like the white, honestly. Sorry, that was a random thing to do, but sometimes that's how it is in games. Okay, cool. And then now, I should probably honestly take a moment to fix that joystick problem before we move on here. Just because, as you can see, they look really bad. And I wonder if, what did I do? What did I move in here? I moved joystick left and joystick right in here. And I believe that's it. I did that, and I also did but why would moving them inside? See if this fixes it. It fixed it indeed. I don't know if you guys could see that, but essentially the joysticks were like, they're vibrating. And the reason that was happening, could this stuff help you in school? In what way do you mean? Like it help you learn other things better, or help you with what? Could it help you like pick up chicks? Probably. Alright, and then let's move on to the other thing that I was doing. Oh, yeah, I mean, well, A, it'll help you in two ways with math. One, you'll know it, and B, you'll want to learn it. because... Okay, so here's the problem. I'm rolling so... Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so stressful. Um, it's just as stressful as it was yesterday. Yeah, okay, so I think a common complaint with math for people who aren't like crazy, like I think a lot of people are just into math for the people who are the people who like math, they probably like it in some sense because they are good at it, because it comes naturally to them and it's fun to be good at things. Um, but it's not until later in life that you really have anything that you're using math for. And they don't really teach it in that context, really, but video games use a ton of math. So, A, you'd have to learn it to do the video games, and B, it'd probably give you an appreciation for why it's cool. So, like, I mean, even just doing simple math, like, where was this? Player, ball movement. Like this right here. Like I was trying to add torque to the ball. Torque being like a rotational force. I was trying to add torque to the ball, and I needed it to go in a certain direction, and I knew that they were trying to go in this direction there, and I knew that if I took the cross product between that and up, it would give me a vector this way, and that turns out to be like if I want to roll this way, I need to rotate it this way, which means I need to rotate along this axis, if that makes sense. But let's look at like another thing here is you take the position, you shoot a vector from it downwards, and check if it hits something. That even that is simple math, and I had to do it at, I don't know, you know. Yeah, I don't think. I think maybe parents of the future will, but games just really weren't around when they were younger. I think they're worried because people play a lot of them, and in some sense, it might homogenize your brain to be only good at one thing. But yeah, I mean, like kids who are chess champions go on to do fairly well in life. You know, I mean, it teaches you some sense of camaraderie. It also teaches you some sense of strategy, depending on the game. Things like that. But yeah, if you wanted to do this kind of stuff, Tony, you could get started even just doing. Let me see. You could get started. You just like try to make something and just make like a cube that jumps, and that's it. And you call it a game and just say it's a game. And then from there you'll be like, well, I can make a cube that jumps. Maybe I can make a cube that jumps and goes left and right. And then you're like, well, I did that. Maybe I could. I don't know, maybe I can make it get onto a platform and go up and down. And then you're like, oh wait, now it's actually kind of looking like a game. It's sort of how it works. Alright, let me take a look at this here. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out why that ball is rolling so slow down this hill. And I believe the ball has some amount of drag on it, 0.1. Maybe 0.1 is just too much. If I put this to 0, will it go faster? You know what? Let me keep that at 0.1. Let me start it. And then let me change these to 0. And then let's see if you go faster. Oh, dang it. Sorry, I was testing something real quick. Yeah. Oh. Did I not bounce when I hit that? Is this reasonably fast? Am I like... I think that's a falling speed. Am I reasonably fast on this? Like, is this how fast you would go down a ramp? I think maybe. Okay. I think that's looks about right. So maybe let's lower this to 0.05 as well. You know, I almost wonder if the physics material friction. Let's go with multiply and then let's make this 0. And I almost wonder, oh, you know what? Never mind. I have to make it like 0.1 or I'm going to spin out or something. Yeah, but games are extremely multidisciplinary. Like you have to, it's kind of for the, like you have to know physics, you have to know math, you have to know art. Look, I'm spinning out because I don't have any friction. I don't know if you've learned about friction yet in science class or whatnot, but I basically, oh no, 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 no. Okay, and then once I start gaining speed, I'm really gonna gain it. I should just slip right on this like it's ice. Oh no. The ramp? Yeah, I figured the ramp would be a real winner in people's minds. Oh, it's saying I didn't assign something. Oh. Is it still saying that? No, it is not. Okay, so everything that I broke I've now fixed. And then I think this ramp should be a little bit better. I guess it's not the steepest ramp in the world. I guess you wouldn't really go any faster than... That seems about right, maybe. Oh, no, oh, no. Cool. Okay. Another random thing I was kind of thinking I wanted to do was create a... Do I have a shader for this ball? Did I create like a... This one is just using the render pipelines. And its base map is... This is the shader, this is the material I'm using for the ball. I was kind of hoping... I can't see what's happening in here. We'll just put it back to 10. Let me take a look at this while I'm inside of it. I'm just trying to get a good, like, transparency value for this ball so that you can tell you're in a ball, but it's also not too intrusive to your experience. Oh. Okay, well that's pretty good. And then I'm glad I checked that. Oh my gosh. This is so epic. You can see the ball so much more clearly now, and it really feels like you're rolling around in a ball. Man, dude, I wish you could play this, Tony. Okay. Okay, I wonder if I can find a rolling marble sound real quick. I get so just totally sidetracked. Mallet on marble balls. No. You know, that actually kind of sounds like a rolling ball. Can I make this louder? I think I can make that work. I thought normalize was... I thought it was something different. Oh yeah, and like audio editing. Like it's all just one big thing with games. How do you loop something in Audacity? I'm not crazy familiar with Audacity, but there's got to be a simple way to do that. Oh. Just a little, it's just too short, I think. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, never mind. Enough of that. Maybe I'll figure that out later. Let's get back to what we were doing now. Alright, cool. Yeah, alright. Maybe... linear movement along the x-axis at a speed of 2 at a distance of, let's go with 8. Hmm. Oh, dang. Well, that's cool, Tony. I wish it was snowing here in Georgia. It freaking never is. Do you like the snow? I think there's a direct relation between how little it happens and how much you like snow. Realistically. Is this... not all the same? There we go. Alright, what's your idea? Is it like a level or is it something else? This is all part of it, I think. Oh, dang it. I didn't want to start this level. Let's have him move a little bit more. Speed's probably fine. Hey, what's up, Austin? We had Austin, we had a totally random person in here earlier. He didn't say anything. Oh, Tony, Tony or Austin, if you're in here and somebody joins who's not one of you two, I guess, I don't know if you guys could get them to talk or anything, but maybe you could like pump them up or something. That way they feel like they're part of the community. There we go. Alright, made it a little bit harder. Oh, wow! That's what I call cheating, baby. Once you're finished with the game, make the background different depending on the season. Oh, you know what else I could do? I could have a story and your actions, your decisions affect the outcome of the story. Kidding. They always bundle that in with the season thing. Yeah, I do like the idea of that, and some of my other things I've considered doing that, but if we have time, I think maybe that wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world. Could be kind of cool. Yeah, I'll consider it. Yeah, I'm doing a rampy level, Austin. Okay, next level. 1.5. Let's make it. Oh, if you guys have any level ideas, let me know as well. I don't want any easy peasy levels, but if you guys have any like man. Get rid of this one. Have the end, no more do that. And then let's see. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm thinking for this one it's gonna be a... Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Well, I guess sorry for her. I didn't know the dog personally, but that's a bummer. Living with two dogs now, I understand why that would be very sad. Okay, cool. With this one, let's do a... Let's do something like, oh dang, it's so far away. Oop, phone fell. It's okay, it's charged anyway. And then we will oh man, now I'm getting all these level ideas. Alright, we'll do this one. We'll start with this one. Arch degrees, let's do that much. Let's do 90. We'll hit that with the 90. We'll make the thickness this much. And we will create it. Then we'll make another one. We'll make the thickness 2. And we'll create that. We'll make another one and make the thickness 1.5. Sorry, we'll make the thickness 1. We'll make another one. We'll make the thickness 0.5. We'll make it, and then we'll make another one. We'll call it 0.25. We'll make it. And then we'll see if this just ain't, if it ain't impossible, because it probably will be. Okay. But that's part of the fun, baby. Perfectly level. Okay. Curves. Doop doop doop. Put that in level. Put it under platforms. Put all the arches under that. Call this C1, C2, C3, C4. I use a bunch of keyboard shortcuts, by the way, which I recommend everybody does. But if you have any questions about any of that, let me know as well. How tall is this platform? .5. We'll put them all 0.5 up so that they're flush. And then we will... Oh, you can't tell, Tony? It's really, I feel like it's coming together pretty... You know what actually would be a little bit interesting? No, fuck it. We're doing it this way. You know what, actually, let's... Okay, that's the same thing I just did. Sorry, I just can't see if it's... There we go. Then we'll grab the next one and we'll rotate it on the x-axis. Okay, that's not what I wanted. We'll grab this one. All right, we'll just hit it with another. You know what, actually we'll do this. We'll do this again. Same direction. Should be right. Okay, and then we'll grab the next one. We'll rotate it this way. Looks like this is trying to get to 90. We'll move it. Do you see what I'm doing now, Tony? I mean, I guess obviously. Hey, what the heck? Why did I think that that was... Alright, we want that. Looks like it's converging on 180. This is a classic level. This is just like totally a classic. We'll grab the thinnest one. Do you guys think people will care to get the fastest time on this? Like if I had a... I'm gonna put a leaderboard in it. You think people will be like, oh yeah, I got the highest on the leaderboard. All right, let's see if it's possible. Oh, this is so mean. Oh, man. Got myself. Okay. They need to be floors. Oh my gosh, this game is so awesome. I'm so pumped about this game. You know, if I beat it in one try, how hard is it really? Let's put another one. It's probably a little too easy if I could beat it in one try. Although now I'm wondering maybe it's a little too long. Should I get rid of that first portion? No, I don't know. I mean, would I do it over again if it was any harder than that? Let's see. Let's just make the last one 0.18. C6. What are these other ones at? Is that too mean? Is that too mean of an ending right there? Like, is that just a little too hardcore, maybe? I'm thinking maybe it is. Here, let's give it a go though. Nobody said I wanted to make an easy game. Alright, let me get in a space where I can rotate myself. I think when you can't see what exactly you're... Like, I don't know exactly where my ball is touching the ground. No? No. Oh my god, this is incredibly stressful. No! Okay, let me try one more time. Let me try again on that one. I can't tell if it's too hard or just right. It's so hard because I don't have time to play test all these. And if I can beat them all first try, then what's, you know, everybody else is going to be able to do that too. Okay. Alright, I think it could be said that it is pretty hard even at this point here. But what I'm gonna do is just make that part twice as long. I'm just gonna make that part twice as long. Actually, sorry, I need to get rid of this because this one's even smaller. I'm gonna make it same thickness, twice as long. This is probably the first actual good level I've made, I'd say. Is that too mean? What was the thickness? 0.2? Here, let me get rid of that. Let me just do a new shape. Cube. Size. In the X, let's make it 10. Let's bring it up here so I can actually see it. I can't tell if it's close or if it's just still super far away. Here we go. Doop. 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 Width, what was it, 0.2? All right, I'll make the straightaway just a little bit thinner. And I'll make this 15. Just a little bit thinner, 15, and I'm not gonna I'm gonna keep the bottom away, that way it looks even more daunting. Cool. And then let's go ahead and move the finish line over here. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, guys, help me. Thanks, Tony. I assume awe is awesome. And you know what? I'm gonna really stress him out too, and I'm gonna make it just the smallest drop. Right at the end. Not even enough for your ball to fall on. I just want to stress them out. Okay, cool. So that should be good for that one. Now I just need to do a little bit of busy work here and click that. Then click Pro Builder, click Faces, do click that face, select face loop, select face ring, come into the UV editor, convert to auto, world space. Okay, but first I need to go into my materials, get the green checkerboard, put it on everything. You know, actually, that's not too bad. No, I'm still gonna fix them. Okay. Come back to faces here, select that, face loop, face ring, UV editor, world space. Select this, face ring, world space. Select this, face ring, world space. Two more, face ring, world space. I'm changing the UVs so that hopefully it looks a little better. Okay. What do you guys think? You think that's good? Good level? Kind of this mean, snaky level. Okay, cool. Now for the next level. Alright, I'll try it out. You already saw me fail at it several times, but I'll try it out. This is a classically good one for a time trial, I think. Because it actually required, like, I'm sure you could get way fast on this if you really were going for it. And you know what's awesome about games? This level, which will hopefully bring people joy, only took me like 20 minutes to make. Oh, wow. I forgot to make it floor. Thanks for making me try that out because I totally forgot to make this a floor. That would have been so bad. I would have shipped it like that and people wouldn't have been able to finish the level. People wouldn't have. That's so funny. Okay. I could write a script that validates the levels, that checks that anything under platforms is labeled floor. Maybe I should do that. Nah. Alright, cool. And then I'm actually going to make this even a little bit smaller because it only took me a few tries to pretty much master that one, so... Let's make it like that. And I'm not going to test it out. I'm just going to believe that it's possible. All right. Cool. Then, okay, so that's World 1. World 1, all the levels are done. We have thick and thin. We have rotatey arms. We have rotisserie chicken. We have the old ramp. The old completely vertical ramp. And we have Snaky boy. So that should be good. Duplicate that. Change it to 2-1. Change it to 2-1 and open it, and you see it has all the same stuff. Okay, cool. I have an idea for 2-1. I have several ideas for 2-1. You know, I'll probably end up making more than 20 levels, realistically. Alright. This boy, this boy, this boy. This one and this one, get out of here. You two, out. Okay, cool. Start over here. We go into Pro Builder. We make a new shape. We make it a... Why does it start it so far away? Oh man, I have too many ideas. Okay. Arch. Radius, not 30, but maybe 15. Number of sides, let's up that a little bit. Degrees, almost 180, let's go 170. Depth. This one's not going to be hard as much as it might be fun. Oh, you're good, Tony. No worries. Okay. Let's go ahead and set this to 0, 0, 0. Let's go to it. Let's flip it on the z-axis, 180. Let's rotate it this way. Another 90. Don't really suspect anybody will fall on this one, but of course it is bound to happen. Let's actually play with VR strong suits here. Let's make it a little bit of a drop to enter the half pipe. And let's make it a little bit like this. And then let's actually increase the scale along the z-axis to some amount. Maybe right there. And then the end. This is classic. And then the end. Let's put it over here. I wonder if it's possible to get out of the half pipe. Like, I wonder if you can. Let's make this floor. What's happening? You're still not touching the half pipe? There we go. You think you'll be able to get out of the half pipe? Let's test it out. Oh, wait. All right. All right, let's take her in, baby. Oh my God, this is hilarious. I can't explain to you guys, like, how big of an effect the sense of scale has. Like, this half pipe feels so big, and you're just like running up the side of it like it's Ninja Warrior. Do a little, hit the lip, come back in. Do a little grind, fall out instantly. I'm so interested to see how people speedrun this. I'm almost thinking maybe I should make the half pipe, I'm almost thinking maybe I should make the half pipe 180 degrees. I'm gaining speed. No, oh no, damn it. Alright, cool. Alright, that was actually a lot more successful a level than I thought it would end up being. Awesome. So, you know what? I should probably remake this arch real quick and increase the number of sides to like 100 or something. Increase the number of sides to 100. Just increase the depth to 70. Wow, it's so much longer. Oh, I see. The reason I made the sides more is just that I wanted I just wanted the ball to roll a little bit smoother on it, and I think that should accomplish it. We'll do the same thing we were doing before. Loop and ring, console editor, or UV editor, sorry, world space. Then come back here to the scene, set that to floor before I forget, and go back into materials, create a world 2 folder. Come out to art, go to shaders. Duplicate this, call it world 2. You know, actually we'll just call it checkerboard blue. Actually we'll call it blue checkerboard. That way I can actually freaking see it. World 2. Okay, and this one will be blue. I am colorblind, so don't rag on me too much for this blue. But you know what I'm not? I'm not number blind, so I'll do mostly blue with a little bit of green, and that should give me some sort of nice blue. Okay, and that should be good, and then we'll go back into our materials and we'll create a material, and we will use shader graph blue checkerboard. And now when we come to the scene, blue checkerboard, there we go. Not the greatest ever. Kind of confusing actually. That does look a little confusing. All right, let's go ahead and don't know if that's better, per se. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what I could probably do? I was doing that for objects that moved, but it's not really necessary. World, space. Okay. And then go back into materials. Blue checkerboard, world, space. Okay. There we go. Much better. And in fact, I should really be doing that on any level where the objects aren't moving. I also should be putting it on these guys. Now that we're in World 2. And let's go ahead and test it out real quick. Hit the half pipe hard! I feel like I'm... Oh, okay. And I thought nobody would fall off. Oh. It's just the sense of scale is so crazy in VR. It's insane. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. All right. Awesome. And 2-1 is finished. And we're only 2 hours in, and we've already made 2 levels, so that's pretty good. Okay, and then let's make 1 more level, and then we will go into and then let's make that finish line correctly, as far as like how we actually want to make it. And let's go ahead and generate lighting for this. I forgot to do this for the other ones. If you're wondering why people like ray tracing, it's so that you don't have to generate lighting every time. Cool. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this. Call it 2-2. Oh, what do you guys think about the half pipe? You haven't said anything. All right, let me think here. A little mental break to have some fun. Like from school? This one I feel a little... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that level shouldn't be too hard, but it should be fun. No, and now I'm almost just like, I just almost kind of want to make levels just because they're fun and not because they're hard. But that can't be right. Sorry, I'm not stuck. I have too many ideas and I don't know which one I want to go with. I guess I can just go with all of them, realistically. It's not like they're hard to make. All right, let's make this one a little simple. Let's just have it be kind of a climbing level. Just use we'll just make a bunch of blocks and I almost deleted the half pipe on the wrong level. Okay, we'll make this one like an actual kind of speed run one. Let me write down these ideas for these other levels before I forget them. All right. We'll just make this cube and we'll kind of work with this the whole time. We'll make it a floor. What the heck was that? Oh, I'm editing the face. Holy crap, where is this thing? Oh, okay. Or let me think. Start with the ramp up. Dang it. Ramp up to flatty. Negative 90. You know what? I might just make this like a whole climbing level. How is this so far? Okay. You know, in my head, this was going to be like crazy quick. It was going to be like mind blowing how much faster this made it. That's not really what happened. If anything, it's making it harder on me. One more should do it. So that was a long silent period, and that's really just because there were no questions to be asked, and it was fairly simple. I was just putting all these blocks in a row to make this level, really. I mean, nothing really to learn there. Sometimes that's just how the work is. Cool, but now we have this kind of interesting staircase level, or hopefully interesting at least. I think it'll be one of those that is less fun, but more time trial-y. Like, people will want to get good times on it. Because there's some gotchas on it. You have to have a little speed to get up the hill initially. So hopefully that's kind of fun. And then we just throw the material on all these. And because it's world space, it kind of lines up nicely with each other. Like you see, even though they're different objects, they it looks like they're part of the same thing, more or less. Looks like these were perfectly hidden. And cool, so now we will try this one and see what happens. Oh man, I'm missing them all over the place. Okay, let's move this up a tad, down a tad. good enough. All right, let's see what this one is. And where's that fall boundary? It is pretty low. Move it up to -10 since you only go up on this level. Yeah, this actually looks kind of fun. Which I'm surprised. It felt a little tedious, but I think it probably will be. And pretty much anything is fun in VR, you know, that's why you want to be a VR developer, because you just kind of, dang it. And can you actually just climb this hill? You cannot, you just barely cannot. Okay, that's good. That works out nicely. I did not do that on purpose, actually. It was just kind of lucky. Cool. So that's that level done. Now, I was just ate lunch. I'm getting hungry again. I don't know why. All right, let's see. I think before we move on, what I want to do is finish up the finish line. Really? Maybe it'll be more easy. Confetti pop sound effect. Copyright free. Wet meat cuts. Is that what it was called? Wet meat cuts? Can you hear that? It doesn't sound great. Maybe that's the sound I'll play when you finish. Just someone just tearing me. I'll be like, yeah, yay! Just it's so hard to tell with YouTube if I can use it or not. Oh, okay, cool. So yes. Okay, I'll probably go with that one. Let me check some other ones though. Why is it so long? Oh, that one is terrible. Why is it the same? It's the same one over and over again. That's the intro to a song called Outside by Mac Miller. I think it's just a sound. I think it's just a sound effect that everybody uses. Isn't that also a song by MGMT? Or is that the one where Mac Miller does that MGMT song where it's like dun 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 dun? I feel like it's a little too. There's got to be a different one on here somewhere. It's all the same one. Maybe I don't want kids cheering. Maybe that's a little too much. Let me think. You're driving. You're like pop, yay, and then you fly off. Oh my god! It even has the kid one on it. That's so funny. They just totally got exactly what I wanted. No. There we go. That's it at the end there. And it did say that it's royalty free right at the beginning. Cool. I'd like to see the studio where the guy was making the. He's doing the sound effect for that. He's like, pop, pop, pop. He's making it like 16 times. Alright, cool. Why not have YouTube the MP3 on here? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. Pop, sound effect, cool. Okay, got that one. And I'll consider the kids one. Yeah, definitely make sure that it's copyright free before you use YouTube. But if it is copyright free, I don't see a problem with it. I guess unless they got it, but I don't know. I don't know what the law is on digging down to whether they had copyright to it. I don't know. That's tough. Audacity. Okay, file, open, pop sound effect. Zoom in a little closer. Take that end out. Export it. Sound effects. Pop sound effect. Cool. Okay. That's one. File, open, kids cheering. Get rid of the beginning. That's pretty horrifying. Effect. Still just so loud. -6 tends to be good, I think. Still pretty loud. -12 is the next best. Okay, that one doesn't hurt my head at least. Give it a fade in. Make it shorter. Get this last part here with the fade out. Oh, way too short on the fade out. Still too short. Cool. Export audio. Kids cheering. I think that's already what it said, but whatevs. Okay, cool. And now I'm just thinking about how I should do this. Pop. Yay! Ba-da-da-da-da-da. So I think that I wanted to play each sound one after the other. I'm just trying to figure out. Dang it. Well, finish line should be a prefab, but it appears that it's not, or that I unpacked it at some point. Let me delete this. Let me create it. Okay. And then let me, dang, I might have messed up here. I might have to go through the other levels and replace that finish line object. Man, I keep doing this. Oops, they're not good. It's tedious is what it is. But is there a way for me to do this quickly? Probably not. 2.2, 1, level, platforms, and finish line. Prefabs, level design, finish line. Cool. Okay, next scene. 1.5, level, platforms, and finish line. I, at some point, unpacked these prefabs, that's what it's called, which means that I unlocked them from their, like, authoritative object, where basically when I made changes to the finish line, it did not. I'm a little surprised to see that. Oh, I see why. Okay, well that's good. That makes it a little more convenient for me. And then when I made changes to the finish line object, it didn't put it in all the scenes basically. And this is why normally you want to load in a lot of this stuff. You don't want to like necessarily attach an object to a scene. That way when you change it, it's loaded into all the new scenes the way you changed it, as opposed to what's happening right now. I'm having to go through and do it myself. It's not the worst. I mean, it's not like I have a million levels. It's not like anybody really has a million levels, but it's also going to waste about 5 minutes of my life here. Okay, here we go. Not scenes, prefabs, level design, finish line. Cool. And one more to go. And right at the end here, I'm kind of losing it. Dang it. I'm almost wondering if this has a problem too. And that if I move this to the left, then, huh. Huh, okay, never mind. I guess you can't save positional values. So that's fine. I was worried that if I moved the position and then applied it to the prefab, it would move the position of all of these. See, now this one is letting me do that. Okay, it was just a scale value. Okay, cool. So that was a little bit of tedious work, but it is what it is. And now we can get on to what we're actually doing, which is making the finish line. Why is it like this? Why? I see. That's gonna mess everything up. But that's fine, really. Hey, Tony. What's up? I'm just trying to make this finish line now. Cool. Okay. Doesn't matter because I was never really doing anything with that. Anyway, what I'm gonna do here is make a new object, call it frame. Give it a 0, 0, 0. Why it would be placed out randomly, I don't know. Then make that 0, 1, and 1. Cool. New object. How's the rest of school going, Tony? $3D object. Guess let's go with cylinder. We're gonna put that inside frame. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. All right, come on. We're gonna make that 1, 1. Well, actually, we're gonna 0.03. Sometimes you get all messed up by the scaling inside these by the scaling in here, but no worries. Just takes a minute to fix. All right. Also want that to be 0, 0. I'm just gonna have to redo the finish lines on each of those levels. That's okay. It happens. And I think I said this, Tony, but I'm just making the finish line. And it's the ball is 2.5, so they need to be at least 2.5 away from each other. This is 1.25, so it's actually kind of comically the exact size of it. So we'll do 1.5. Well, let's do 1.8. And then this one will be negative 1.8. Negative 1.8. There we go. Then we will wonder why the cylinder looks like this when the scaling on everything else is normal. Oh, it says 0 for some reason. There we go. Then we will create a cube. We'll raise it up. We will make it smaller and make it go across. And again, make it smaller. Or sort of just be like any of those. Things you might see at a race. Cool. Then let's actually put the level timer under this cube. Let's move that forward. Let's make the background the width of the cube. Height yep, you see what I'm doing. And get it just on it, move it down, and now adjust this just a little bit more. Sorry, I was trying to make something easier on myself. It did not work. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Make this a little thicker. Maybe something like that. Cool, so now we have this little gate. It is for the finish line, yes. I'm making the finish line now. Fairly simple, nothing crazy, nothing too crazy here. I don't know if I can do, I wonder if I can do some sort of Alright, for now let's roll with that. Pull to top bar, okay. Let's make each of these ones floor. That way the ball can interact with it. And let's then take the actual finish line and make it and fit it to this area. Fit it nicely to it. And let's make it really thin. Nope, not what I meant to do. Let's make it thin so you actually have to go into it. And I'm almost wondering if I should make the collider that you need to touch the ball with in the center of your ball instead of, because as soon as your ball touches it, the level will end. And whatever. I guess if you're, I got nothing crazy going here. So I got another level idea, gonna write it down. Some of these level ideas I'm pretty much just copying, but okay, cool. And then from there, let's go back to the scene. Okay, cool. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's copy this and bring it down here so we can test it out. Whoop. Okay, kind of instantly that looks like 100 times better than what we have been using. You don't really need, it's kind of surprising that things don't need to be incredibly polished for them to just kind of feel fine. Like I'm sure this will feel pretty good. Yeah, to me that looks great, especially with the dang it. Alright, let me do this again. I can't turn with this wire on my headset. Let's move it right here. Cool. The ball kind of just barely fits through. I mean, this really actually looks pretty good. I mean, I think this is a great finish line. Later, if I can, it'd be cool to get the Aaron, I think you're gonna like the improvements.
You like what?
I think you're gonna like the improvements.
Really? Are you still streaming?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm so bad at updating the what I'm doing. Like I had it on the same what I was doing for the first 10 minutes the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did get another rando in. First time.
Okay.
First time. Yeah. So
Nice. Are they commenting?
well, here's the finish line. So
That's
finish
the
line
time?
yeah, and
That's
then
the fastest time?
yeah, so
Cool.
actually it's not the fastest. Maybe I could do the fastest though.
I mean, if there's
That would
replay,
actually be kind of interesting.
if there's replay value, you wanted to show the fastest time.
I know. That
Well, what
okay,
time is that?
that's a stretch
Yeah.
goal. That's your time.
Oh, okay.
That's your time. Well, I'll have you play the levels later. They're pretty
Yeah.
good. But
Okay.
I've
Sweet.
made like 3, 4 maybe.
Gotcha. I'm about to head off one of my friend's houses, so
Okay,
I'll be
cool.
back in a little bit.
Cool. See you. Okay. Let's see. So then I want to no. Yes. Finish sound effect. Public. Audio clip SO. Okay. Cheer clip. Let's call this cheer clip and let's rename this to music clip, and then let's copy and do pop clip. Okay, and then when this happens, pop clip. Async play finish sounds. And I should have been more. That's okay, it's getting later. Play finish sounds. Getting near the end of the day, my brain slows down a little bit. Alright, and let's go ahead and cache the audio source as well. Because every time you do get component, it incurs a certain amount of computational cost, and it's really unnecessary if I can just save that value into this variable and then use that instead. So now we can just do odd source because I already saved it to that variable. Play await odd source dot extension methods AP extension methods. Okay, I'm gonna make an extension method here for audio. Wait until is done playing. Source is done playing. Because I'm going to play a few sounds like back to back to back, and I don't want to write the complicated logic for that inside that function, so I'm going to outsource it to this other one. Void unitask this audio source async public static async audio task done playing. Is there a done playing? No, of course there's not a done playing. All right, well, let me... Done playing. While audio source dot is playing. While audio source dot is playing, await unitask dot yield yes. Okay. What that's basically saying is like, hey, on this frame, if it's still playing, go ahead and wait another frame. And then it just does that until it is no longer playing, and then it returns. So if we go back here, now we can say await done playing. Okay, so play that, then done playing, then set the new clip to the cheer clip. Set the new chip to the clear cheer clip, play it. Play that new clip. Then await, do the same thing, just wait for it to be done playing. Then set it to the music clip. Then play that. And before we play the initial one, we'll set it to the pop clip. Okay, so that's basically 3 different things here, just playing 3 different clips. Pop sound, cheer sound, music sound. Awesome. So then we need to make those scriptable objects. And we'll just copy this one. Let's copy it twice, actually. Pop sound effect. And cheer sound effect. Cool. Cheer sound effect, we'll use cheer, kids cheering. It will be pretty much 2D. It's going to be pretty quiet, and it will be pretty much 2D. Cool. And then we will take the pop sound effect, add the, and if you have any questions about this, feel free to comment, because I'm kind of running through this here. Pop sound effect, let's make it this, and it's fully 3D. And then the finish line, finish sound effect uses that one, and cheer. Cool, so let's see if that works. It should work. I'm fairly confident, but you never know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty good. All right, cool. To me, the kids sounded very strange, and I don't know why. That should not be the case. Yeah, they sounded really weird. They sound normal there. Let's make it fully 2D and see if it still sounds weird. So I'm just making sure that it cannot play it while it's playing, basically. And then one of these sounds has a weird, like, block kind of sound in it that I'd like to get rid of if possible. Huh, I'm actually not hearing it in either of those. Alright, cool. So then I'm gonna make an event actually. Public static action. There's a few ways to make events. You can use like a Unity action or a Unity event or a func, but I use actions. Public static action. I'm gonna call it on cheering done. This is a little bit silly of a like event to broadcast, but I know that my ball movement will want to know when the cheering is done, so I'm just gonna do that. On cheering done, so if anybody's listening, go ahead and invoke that, which will mean that everybody else will know when that cheering is done. And then with ball movement, basically I need to do void on finished and void cheering done. And so basically my ball's movement cares both when I finish the level and when the cheering is done. And you'll see why in a second, because I'm gonna make it so that your ball flies up in the air when you go through. So let's see, unfinished. What do I want to happen? Basically, I want the ball to, no matter how fast it's going, slow down. And there's a couple ways to do that. Either I like cut the velocity of the ball each frame. I basically need to take control away from you. I need to take the control away from you for a second here. Who's all using this? Background audio. I think I can just do this. Yeah, I think I want to, oh wow. I think I want to call that there as well. That way other people can and then I'm just thinking I need to make a flag variable that basically says when they can and can't move, and it will also turn gravity on and off. On respawn, RB dot gravity equals true, and then there's a boolean called can move that is going to be true, and I need to make sure that that's true here, and then I'm going to say if you can't move, just go ahead and don't do anything with the stick positions you're getting. And when you finish, you'll say rb.useGravity equals false. Can move equals false. Basically what I'm doing is taking control away from the player, because they finish, their ball will slow down, and then they're going to take off into the sky. And so I need to get rid of their ability to move, basically. Use gravity, can move equals finish, okay, unfinished. It's not the best. And then basically for some amount of frames, you'll want to Flying up equals false. Up equals true. Some logic. Flying up equals false. Okay. And then up here it'll be while flying up equals true. Basically, while you're flying up, or while you're not flying up, rb.velocity equals rb.velocity times 0.9 times time.delta time times 0.9, I think. Should be good. Maybe. We'll see. Is that gonna work? Does that... Preferably you would go all the way to 0. Preferably you'd go all the way to 0, I think. And then unitask dot, sorry, await unitask dot yield. Cool. And then the cheering is done, so you want to fly up. So then you want to say rb dot velocity equals rb dot velocity plus vector 3 dot up times 1. Cheering's done. You want to just basically start flying up. We'll make this one async as well, so we can do a little bit of waiting in here. While, and then in this one, while, so this is a little bit of a confusing way to program all this, these like sequential events. But it's really the only way I could guarantee that I can change the cheering sound and kind of change those things and have it still work. There's probably another way to do it, but I didn't really want to link this movement script to the sounds explicitly or anything like that. I kind of just wanted to... It's not that bad. Flying up equals true, while, I don't know, what? Time equals 0, while time is less than, let's say you fly up for 5 seconds. While time is less than 5 seconds, go ahead and increase your velocity upwards and then await unitask dot yield. Okay, so that should work, I think. Ooh, a lot of programming. Have you been straight up just intently watching for the past 30 minutes? And if so, was it interesting, or were you? Because I really don't know, like I don't know if this is something people. I mean, I guess it's like a skill people don't necessarily have, so maybe it's kind of exciting in that sense. But if anybody, yeah, but either way, Austin, I mean, I assume you're talking about the programming, and it's just total practice. I mean, I've put like thousands of hours into programming. It'd be like looking at a grand champion and being like, oh yeah, I wish it came that easy to me. You just really wouldn't say that. But you could easily be this good at this. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's get some speed going. Oh, no, 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 no. It didn't work at all. It wasn't even close to working. What the heck? Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever did cheering unfinished or cheering done up here. Yeah, okay. Unfinished cheering done. Sound on finish dot. I've used so many more events than I used to. Like I truly think I might have used the event system. But it's just such a genius coding paradigm, I think, where you just totally like don't give a shit what's happening in that other script. All you say is like, yeah, just let me know, baby. Just let me know. Because if you're not using this, I mean, you really have to like I'd have to like say, I'd have to like grab an instance of sound on finish. I'd have to like set that somewhere, and then down here I'd have to like, and then like maybe, or like in sound on finish, I'd have a reference to ball movement, and I'd call a function that lives in ball movement. It totally like makes them just totally intertwined. It's terrible. Cheering done. Okay, and let's see what that gets us. God, I love that finish line. It looks so good. Okay, alright, a few problems there. Looks like I underestimated just how fast you'd be slowing down. And also just how fast you'd be taking off. Oh my gosh, like you really, really slowed down. Oh, it's because it's time dot delta time. Okay, yeah, that's not quite what I wanted. What is it what did I want? I wanted it to be consistent across the frames. I didn't want you to be losing a certain amount of velocity one frame and then another on another frame. But, you know, it probably, well, now what is it that I want? I'm curious. I don't think it's going to matter, but I am curious as to how to do what it is that I was trying to do. It wouldn't be multiplying. I think it would be multiplying the reduction. I mean, the only thing I can think is that you'd want to multiply the reduction value by, but that's just the same as what we just did. So then you think like, okay, but then maybe I give it like a base value of 1,000, knowing that that's going to be pretty small, but then you can't really guarantee that it's going to be sub 1, and if it's a greater than 1, it's going to end up being, do you know what velocity is? Probably haven't taken it in physics yet, Tony, but velocity is basically an object's speed. So if you have this ball and it's going this direction, it's basically, let's think how to explain this on a brain that's weaning. Basically, if I have a car and let's say that at some point I learned how to draw a car. Whoa, that came out pretty good. You have a car, it's driving along. The two things you could say about, well, A, you could say its speed is 72 miles per hour, right? And we all know speed. I assume you know speed. You've been in a car, you know what the odometer says. It says, hey, it's 72 miles an hour. But if I came up to you and I said, hey, Tony, this car is moving at 72 miles an hour. This car's right here. It's moving at 72 miles an hour. When does it get here? You, if you were clever enough, would say, I don't know when it gets there because what direction is it moving in? Like, yeah, it's moving 72 miles an hour, but is it moving this way? Is it moving this way? Only if it's moving in this direction will it actually get to that point. I need more information to solve this problem. I need you to tell me when it gets there. So normally in this problem, they'd say, hey, you have a car and it's moving in this direction at a speed of 72 miles an hour. When you give a direction to speed, you now have velocity. So velocity is an x, y, z value that basically tells you, hey, what's your speed in x, what's your speed in y, and what's your speed in z. So it could be that you're moving 3 in the x direction, 20 in y, and 0 in z. So you would be shooting up, maybe you're in an elevator that also moves a little bit. So you're like going sort of this way. Does that make sense? It's basically just speed with a direction assigned, and that's called velocity. Okay. So let's go ahead and just multiply by 0.9. Did it not make sense what I was saying, Tony? Did I get too fancy with it? And then this was way, oh, was way too much. Let's do, man, it's hard to communicate with you on with the latency. I assume it's yes, it made sense, but if it didn't, it's just speed with a direction. Speed has no direction, velocity has a direction. Okay. So let's try that. Let's see if this works. Oh no, I'm flying away. Okay, so now this reduction was still too much. Let's make it 0.9. Let's make it 0.95. No, it's still not going to be enough. It needs to take about 10 times as long to slow down. So let's make it 0.99. And then this was too slow. Let's make it 3 times as fast and see what happens. That's actually a good insight, Tony. It is exactly defined. Well, it's not exactly defined as, but it is the rate that your position changes. That you like, if I'm here and I go here, it is the rate at which that changes. I guess what your exact definition would be speed, maybe, if you said the rate at which a position changes. Velocity is more the direction and speed that you're traveling, I guess would be the definition. But you calculate speed by we can go into this. Yeah, so if I'm here and I need to go 100 meters, and I need to go 100 meters, and it takes me 10 seconds to do that, then I could say that my speed is 100 divided by 10, otherwise known as your distance divided by the time that it took you to get there. And that would be 10 meters per second. So that's speed. And then velocity is a little different. I'm trying to think of a situation in which you'd be calculating your velocity. I guess if you said like you had a point in 3D space and another point in 3D space and you got there in 3 seconds and you knew that this distance was 6 meters, then you could take this point to, okay, give me a second. You could take 0.2 and you could take 0.1. You see, I'm a lot worse at writing when maybe I can make this like just less of this. Okay. So then you could do 0.2 minus 0.1, but then you start getting into some linear algebra, and that will get you that'll basically get you this vector here, and then you'll want to take the magnitude of that, so you'll want to find the length of that vector. At this point, I know you're probably not understanding this. I'm just kind of being a little bit of a mean head here, but then you want to, and that'll basically get you the length of this distance, and then from there you divide that. So what you ended up calculating here was the d, the same d that we had up here, and then you divide all that by time, and that will get you, actually sorry, that just gets you your speed, which I think you already know. Your velocity, I think you just cross this out actually. And this would get you a vector. This part right here would get you this vector, and then you would divide each component of that vector, the x, y, and z, by t. And that would get you the velocity. I know that probably didn't make sense, but that is what it is. Yeah, Tony, you start making games, maybe everybody in class starts saying, Tony, how do you know all this math before we know it? And you go, just making games. You know how it is. All right, let's check this out. Okay. Can I... Sorry, there's something random I'm fixing. Yeah, no special blend on this one. So there's a effect in, and before I forget, I think this could be just one more, and then that'll probably be good. There's an effect in physics that, and we'll do one more little explanation here. There. Wow. Cool. There's an effect in physics if you have a point source and it's making audio waves and you are an object. If you're moving closer to that audio source, the pitch of this object, so like a pitch being like ha, 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 the pitch will actually increase if you're moving closer to it, and if you have another person who's moving away from it, the pitch will actually decrease. So it'll go from like a ha to a ha. And the reason for that is that the sound waves traveling through the air, these ones here, if you're moving relative to them, how do I explain this? If I'm standing still, and let's think about it like waves on the beach. If I'm on the beach and there's waves coming in, and I'm sprinting as fast as I can into those waves, it's going to seem like the waves are moving faster towards me. And if I'm sprinting away from the the waves are going to seem like they're hitting me slower. I'm sure that's a concept that makes sense. Well, I guess I won't assume that, but I imagine that makes sense to you. And that's the same thing that's happening with the sound. It just turns out that if they're hitting you faster, the pitch increases. Because sound waves look like this, and if they look like this, they're higher pitch, and if they look like this, they're lower pitch, basically. All right, let's check these values, and if they're good to go, we will... And if they're good to go, then we'll be done for the day. If otherwise, we'll finish that out, and then we'll... Still think it was a little too slow. You know what? I don't like the... Let's give it a 2% increase every frame. 1%. Oh. No! No! Alright. Never mind. Linear. Wait, no. I don't know. I think it might actually just be better. And I think I need one of these just to keep things working. I think it might actually just be better with a normal value. So slow. This is classic game development right here. Just freaking changing values over and over until they please you. That's not right. It's not actually making sense. Is it because I have this other one in the scene? Hmm. Alright, so far so good. Alright, very cool. And that will be good for today. I hope that you all learned something. And I hope that you join me for the next stream where we will be making more levels and polishing probably a few more things. Not really sure yet. But have a good day, and I'll see you later, Tony. Good luck on your Fortnite. And let me know if you need any coaching. So, goodbye.